important topics. They are very apparent in both in Central Europe, but also in Northern Europe.
And we all want to reach the sustainable forestry, and there are three keys to that, I think. It's spreading information and changing attitudes, and the other thing is to use new technique, and we have different knowledge about new technique in different countries, and it's very good to spread it along the countries. And the third thing is to use all this knowledge and data and so on to make decision tools that are possible to use within the machineries and for the operators in the machineries. Today we are using different map layers within the machines in the Swedish forestry, and it has been very successful to use depth water maps, for example, to avoid wet areas, and that knowledge we can spread along the countries, and that's the way to get closer to the sustainable forestry and also the bio-based society.
Above all, we are expecting solution for soil trafficability in our forests, because we have a lot of permanent trails we hope to use in the long term, and to use them in the long term we need to know if we can go and drive on these trails, and so the soil water content prediction on these trails is very important to us, and it would be a very easily accessible tool for the practitioner to have the soil water content prediction. Avoiding soil compaction in the forest is an environmental issue, but also economic issue, because if we compact the soil, we will lose a little bit of productivity and a little bit of soil tree resilience to changing climates and so on. And also it's an economical solution to predict soil water content on these trails, because if we it will allow us to better organize our operations, to gain in productivity, in operations productivity, to be able to harvest more trees, more wood, even though the soil is sensitive to compaction. It will improve the organizations.
Scotland, our sector is varied, and because we are covered with a large proportion of legislation that restricts us in some aspects, we need to find new systems and new methodologies to understand the better practices to manage our forests.
One of the big advantages of our program is that we are in touch with the people developing the tools and applying them. So we learn from them what is really needed by the industry, what are the state of the art of the technology and the progress expected. So it's a big source of information for us to inform policymakers and to drive policies in the way that it really contributes to a better bio-based industrial sector.
Okay.